Cold up in this bitch. Rise and shine, roommates. It's your girl, LaSasha Turner. And I'm coming at you with just me. No guests, no co-host, just me and you, baby. Alright, so I just want to give a fair warning. You're gonna hear like a little creaking. Why? Because I just got this new record set for my studio, which was really roomsy, homesy, more comfortable than like, a plastic chair and a wooden desk, but nobody was prepared for the sound it would make over audio and video. So I just want to fair warn you, if you hear, it's my chairs that I'm trying to get done and fixed and refurnished. So it's quiet, but a sexy studio. You feel me? So that's your fair warning. Let's hop into why we're here this Sunday morning. Okay, so I thought it was really important to just give you guys a refresh, a heads up, and just a little background on what's coming in 2020 WON. That's how I'm coming this year. It's not 2021, it's 2020 or 2020 WON. If that makes sense. It makes sense to me. So, get into it. Okay, so that's that. So if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's get down into it because I got some great ideas, some great organization points, and some great new surprises coming out in 2021. If you know me, you know my podcast means everything to me. This is not just a hobby. This is something I'm trying to make into my career. Every time I see my co-hosts, every time I see my friends, I see my families, I just let them know straight up if they ask me about my podcast, this is something I'm trying to wake up to, get my kids ready, and I just got to go downstairs into my basement studio and start my job. This is how I'm coming. You hear me? Like, this is not a game. This is something I absolutely love. I just love doing it. I love interviews. I love talking. I love inspiring people. I don't care if it's one message a week. I don't care if it's 2 messages a week. I don't care if it's 0 messages a week and then next week it's 4. All I'm saying is the way that my podcast moves, I know it's something big. The inspiration that my guests give out, the inspiration that I give out, the inspiration that my listeners give to me. Come on, y'all. Come on. Come on. This ain't no game. This ain't no game. We getting into it this year. So let's start with the coincidence, y'all. Okay, so this is the 19th episode. My favorite number, however you want to put it. I'm a little too excited right now, but the 19 is my lucky number. This is the 19th episode. This is the first episode. Wait, my first episode was released August 3rd, I believe. Let's go August 3rd today. Might have been August 2nd, but let's just go with August 3rd today, okay? So my episode was released August 3rd. And today is my first episode of the year, and it's January 3rd. Look at the coincidence. Like, we got a lucky number, and our first, and the first was the 3rd. I don't know if that makes sense for y'all, but that definitely makes sense to me in my head, so we're just going to keep it moving, okay? So, let's just start with the new ideas. So, with my new ideas, I'm really I gotta stop contradicting myself. I really tell people, don't say like if, don't say thinking about, don't say maybe. I really try to stress, don't contradict yourself. So let me rephrase. I am coming out with new merch. I am so excited. Merch drops in March. A lot of things are gonna be dropping in March simply because I don't know why I'm just so comfortable with that month. I guess that's when I started just building the process of the studio. So I just guess, I feel like March is the great starting month, you feel me? It's a few months before spring, a few months after the 1st, you should already be organized, already should be planned and ready to execute. So that's why I chose March, but I guess that's just me. A lot of things are based off of me. Okay, so a lot of merch I'm putting out in March, and I'm really doing sweaters. I want to do sweatpants. I want to do a lot of things that have to do with your room setting. If you know me, I'm a big introvert. I love to chill out in my room, mind my business, get my business done. I enjoy my friends. I love my friends, but I also love my time, my peace, and my energy. And I try to preserve it as much as I can. I don't know why. I guess because growing up, a lot of people just used to take that and just, run with it. So I had no energy left at the end of the day. But make a long story short, I'm a real big introvert. I think that's why I decided to call my podcast In My Room Only, because it really has to do with how you feel and how you are comfortable. And I am just extra comfortable in my room. So a lot of my merch will be built around comfortability in a room setting. When it comes to my YouTube channel, we are coming off and we are coming out with some spin-offs. Yes, it's not just going to be video release of interviews that I conduct in my studio. It's also going to be a show. If you will watch the last episode of the year, which was episode 18, we spoke about having like a breakfast club, if that makes sense, with the co-host. So that's one that you guys already know about that will be released in March. And then we have another one coming out, which is about me. Yes. Okay. Like I said, I'm an introvert, but my life is crazy once I'm out my room. And I just be like, am I the only one like seeing this? I got a crazy ass mother. I got a cool ass brother. And I got some chill ass friends. So I really want y'all to enter into my life. So I really haven't figured out the title. A title is really a last minute thing to me when it comes with anything. Like even when it comes to my interviews, I really don't know the title until the episode is done recording. I don't know. I like for it to come naturally. But make a long story short, with that spinoff, it really won't be released until sometime in the summer. I feel like I have a lot of things I'm trying to execute, and that is a minimum, if that makes sense. So that is a fun idea that I'm really trying to get out for you guys. But like I said, that probably won't be released until the end of the summer or somewhere in the summer, simply because I got bigger things coming for you. All right. So the bigger thing that's coming for you, I didn't even know it was coming out next. I got me a little list right here, and I just keep looking up and down. But another big thing, the biggest thing that's coming to you this year is my weak ass general is In My Room Only production. I am so excited, y'all. In My Room Only production is going to be a production studio, a multimedia studio, released, produced, and ran by In My Room Only, okay? So, In My Room Only production consists of a photo booth, okay? It's going to consist of a setting, a recording setting with a green screen. And then, lastly, it's going to consist of, I don't know if it's a positive yet. It's just the way, the space is set up. It's really so hard right now to try to visualize it. But this is the third thing I'm really trying to get in there, a mini recording studio. And this right here will be open to the public. Obviously, it's going to be payment involved, which obviously my team hasn't figured out yet. But make a long story short, In My Room Only production is going to be created for the young ones, the wild ones, the curious ones, you heard? The ones that's ready to take photos and try to figure out their angles. The ones that's just starting off their own YouTube channel, their own show, their own little skit and need a little set. There we go, a set, not a setting. A little set to record on. I'm here for you. And somebody who just needs a little studio to record their songs. You already got the beat. You already know how to mix. You just need that perfect setup. That's me. I'm here for you. I'm here. I'm just so excited. And then, that's the biggest thing that's coming to you. Now, I've been holding off for these to show you, but this took me about a week to make because it's not a lot in here, but it took me a week simply because I wanted to make sure I was organized for 2021. I wanted to make sure everything that I was coming out with was slick, was smooth, and had no two questions to it. Meaning you never had to second guess it. I wanted to make sure it was fit for my listeners, for my audience, and I wanted to make sure this year would just... All right, sorry for the pause. My little camera ran out of storage. So we're back. And the angle's off a little bit, but we gotta make do, honey, because I don't got time. Like, I got a little team, but I need a team because I don't got time for this technology. All right, back to what I was saying. These babies. So I got 3 of them, like 3 trimesters, like a motherfucking pregnant, you heard? So if you look closely, I'm going to show you the ones. I didn't get to label every month simply because I like to start off slow, okay? I don't like to pre-plan the whole year. I didn't want to pre-plan the whole year because I am a true believer in things happen unexpectedly. You have to take things day by day. You never know how the world may change in your favor. I never want to look at it as a negative light, so I'm going to say how the world looks at it in your favor. But anyway, back to what I was saying. We have 4 months down. Let me show you. Okay, you see? 4 months. And with January, okay, so I'm getting ahead of myself. So this year I plan to do, each month has a different topic or a different category. Last year, I have a great ass friend who recommends a lot of people to my show and who are really genuine enough to hop on my show and allow me to interview them. So I really wasn't that organized with my guests. They really just came to my hand, which I am 100 and 1,000 times 60 grateful for. Because like I said, without my friends, without my listeners, even without my guests, I wouldn't be where I'm at now. I was gonna say as big, but I'm really not big. But in my mind, I'm low-key M. Like, let's be real. Let me do my own horn right quick. I got my own studio I built by myself, you heard. My followers are organic, you heard. I don't care if it's a 149, 151, because it's been fluctuating. I've been looking. But at the end of the day, it's been organic. So I'm coming for myself this year, you heard? I don't care what you talking about, but I'm big. Why? Because I'm doing things that a lot of 21-year-olds are not even thinking about. I did a lot of things a lot of 21-years haven't. I have built my own studio, and not even that, I worked for the money, you heard? No, mommy didn't give it to me. No, daddy didn't give it to me. Nobody came to do this. I did it. So I'm big. In my head, I'm big. Back to what we was saying. Okay, so for the audio people that's just listening, because hint, hint, I record my visual and my audio at the same time. Obviously, right? But I just gotta hint, because I know something. I'm like, look, see? And people are like, no, I'm listening. So I'm just speaking to both audience. So I'm gonna just read you off my first 4 months. I do have plans, which is January is to my host and my podcasters. I really want to give you guys some fresh faces, some new listeners to listen to. I was big on podcasts before I had my own podcast, but I was big on the well-known names, which is great. But we are all here to grind. We're all here to make this into our career. We are all enjoying what we do. So I'm ready to bring some fresh faces. Talking about fresh faces, I got a collab coming out called The Fresh Face of January, I heard. Coming out in 2 weeks. I cannot wait to promote it. Okay, so back to what I was saying. February is Black Love and Black Excellence, okay? Am I really that ashy around my lips? Is it that cold in here? All right. And then March, we got music and artists. I really want to bring in a lot of musicians and a lot of artists. And when I say artists, I mean painters, music, dancers, anything that is an artistic view. Okay? And then April, we have the fashion gurus. All right, we're back for the third time because for some reason I literally keep running out of storage, but I gotta delete like every video I ever took in my life. And like I buy storage from Apple every time, and if for some reason in my videos or photos don't want to download to iCloud, it just wants to sit in my album, but that's not my fault. If I buy iCloud, then you need to transfer that to iCloud because I'm buying it for a reason. Okay? My rant is over. We're back to what we're doing. And I might have to repeat some stuff because I low-key forgot where I finished off. Okay? Thank you, Apple. Again. Okay. I'm really yelling inside this mic, y'all. Y'all gotta turn down y'all volume. Because I'm really the loudest one on the platforms. I'm really the loudest podcaster on the platforms, which I'm very proud of. Somebody was like, "Your laugh though." I was like, "And though." Anyway, so April is Fashion Guru Month. Why? Because my merch comes out in August. Damn, we're backwards. My merch comes out in March. March. Okay, and once that's freshly released, I like to bring in individuals for some great ideas and some background. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like that's one reason why I started my podcast, because I feel like honestly everybody can inspire somebody, and that's what it's all about. So like I was saying, April is Fashion Guru because I'm ready to be inspired to think about some new ideas, to generate some new merch lines. And I'm not trying to be no fashionista out here. I'm not trying to have my own fashion line for my podcast. Like I said, I just want to have a comfortable set for my listeners and my audience. I want y'all to be comfortable. Like, I feel like that's like one of the keys to life. Obviously, one to me is peace. Another is comfortability. Like, not just imagine, because I've been through it, just waking up and just feeling uncomfortable and then not even able to reset before you start your day just makes it 10 times worse. I'm really all about peace, comfortability, and energy. That's what I'm really about. And I'm just looking at myself record right now. I'm low-key going to be mad that it's going to be like, with like 3 different shots. But anyway, let's get into this 12-month organization list. I forgot. Oh, it's 12-month content list. I low-key forgot what I named it, and it's in front of my face. I can read, but it's just backwards in the camera. Okay? So let's get into the 12-month content list. I'm not going to go through the whole thing. Every book consists of the same. Obviously, I'm just messing up on my words today. I can't believe this. It's really that cold, y'all. My lips is not this ashy. It's really just that cold for the visual ones. Okay. So, like I said, they're all the same. I just had to break them down because I'm the type of person that if I do too much, my brain just gets frazzled, which I had learned in 2020. So I feel like breaking them down allows me to be more organized, just more focused on one idea rather than 3. So this book obviously consists of January through May. This book consists of June through October. And then we have our last book that just consists of November and December. And what we have in the book is our first page. I had so much fun making this, by the way. Low-key stressed out, but I have fun making it because I know it's really going to help me through 2020 WON. Okay? So, Mondays are for my YouTube release, and it's for my social media interactions. Social media interactions are either when I reach out to my listeners, ask them, what do you rather hear? Or what should be switched up? What would you rather see? What is some new ideas that you was like, damn, am I wrong? We should do that. You know, like we all have that one person, that one host that would be like, if she did it this way, then it'd be a little bit more spicier. So I'm all ears for the recommendations. I'm all ears for your personal reviews on my episode. And I'm here to just conversate with you guys. I'm definitely here to make more of a connection with my listener and my audience, because I just want to be the host that just doesn't sit behind the mic and edit her videos and edit her audio. I would really want to be involved. I want to be involved with anything I can be when it comes to my podcast, because I'm just so grateful for the individuals who support me. All right, so Tuesday, when the time comes, is merch review. So merch review is basically when I just look at my designs, or when I look at other items, and we'll talk about the other items in a second. That's in another booklet. I'm ready. But anyway, merch design. If I look at merch design, any merch costs, like anything that has to do with my fashion merch, that's what my merch review is. Then we have our Wednesday, okay? Let's see if we can get that up in there. So Wednesday is our staff meetings and our in-house reflection and new ideas. So the staff meetings basically is when I will get my staff together. I feel like Wednesday is definitely the middle of the week. So we just review what we have started throughout the week and what we expect by the end of the week. New ideas we speak about. Also, in-house reflection and new ideas is basically a personal meeting with myself, basically. So what I would plan to do was sit in the studio, just analyze what has happened, what's going to happen, and what I can fix. And then Thursdays, I plan to do all of my interviews on Thursday. Last year was really unorganized. I tried to be considerate and work around other people's schedules, but I feel like other people wanted me to give them a time in a day instead of just telling them to tell me. So instead of just doing it on any day, some days I would do it on Saturday night and it'll have to be released on Sunday. But anyway, make a long story short, all interviews are now conducted on Thursdays, along with the interview release ad, which will be released the night or the day after the interview. All depends on what time the interview is conducted and when it ends. Okay, Fridays are our audio edit and our merch release, okay? So I'm just so excited because merch release are on Fridays. Everybody gets paid on Fridays. Everybody want to go out on Fridays. And who isn't down to look at some new hot hit? I don't know what I'm trying to say. I kind of lost track, but who isn't down to look at some new designs on Friday? You heard? Okay. That's when you're ready. Like, you'd be like, oh, this is new. This is a new release. And I just got a fresh check. Cha-ching. Okay. So Saturdays are my video edits. And then along with my social media interactions, again, my social media interaction, I explain, is with absolutely anybody and everybody that follows me and contacts me. Okay. And then the interview release ad, obviously, are done on Saturdays as well. Get into the big buys. Sundays are the best days, okay? Podcast release are done on Sundays, along with the next up podcast contract. So if you are planning to be a guest on my show and you're listening right now, that means your contracts are released to you on Sunday. Yes, I do contracts here. Why? Because everything was bought out of my pocket, meaning my equipment, meaning my floors, my paint, everything, my walls was paid because these walls was done up when I first got in here. So, and I also do contracts because I want everybody to understand what is going to be talked about, so you don't have any 2 questions or any issue after the show is done. Yes, I do contracts over here. And like I said, I do contracts because I don't need anybody selfishly breaking my things or just being reckless with the stuff. Okay. Which way am I going? So that was that. Okay. This is what my weeks look like throughout the month. So obviously I'll put January, and then my theme will be podcast and host. And then my weeks would be the guests. So this is my organizer. So then I also got my weekly planner, you can say in here. This is Monday through Sunday, obviously. Now, after 2 weeks, we get to here, which is in my room only idea breakdown, okay? So I'm gonna break it down to you a little bit. So the idea breakdown is dream, plan, execute. So our objective will be any ideas. Basically, this is, say if you were going through the week and you just had a great week, you had a bad week, whatever type of week you had, but an idea hits your mind, you write it down. That's your objective. That's your objective. Your material will be anything you need down to your budget. So for example, if I do merch, I'm gonna have to, my material is my budget, my designer, my bulks, like if I'm gonna, like my bulks and sweaters or hoodies, along with, I don't know if I said design, but along with design. So that as well. And then my execution, your execution will be the dates you plan to execute each step. So you can say like January 3rd would be my execution for planning. January 7th will be my execution to meet the designer. January 10th will be the execution to start planning where the logo or the design will go. And January like 30th will be the release, you know, execution. Now, I try not to plan two ideal breakdowns in a month. So if you can see, we just did 2 weeks. We had our first ideal breakdown. Now we go through our next 2 weeks and we're at our second ideal breakdown. One thing I want to explain is that say if your first ideal breakdown I am just stuttering and I am not even going to edit this. I'm not even going to lie. I'm just going to release. So how I sound is exactly a raw edit. You heard, a raw audio. Because, y'all, yesterday, January 2nd, I worked 11 a.m. to 2 a.m. I'm sorry, y'all. I know. Y'all mean a lot to me, but this raw footage, this raw audio is coming to you. But anyway, back to what I was saying. The ideal breakdown, say if your first one overlaps to your second one, do not panic. It is okay to have multiple ideas. Don't try to execute them all at the same time. But remember, everybody is not the same. And this is what I love. We are all different, meaning our minds, our organization, our motivation works different. We are not in the same path. So nobody can ever steal your idea. You might have the same idea. You feel me? Like everybody had the same idea when it came to chips, but they both had 2 different flavors. That's what I'm trying to get at. Never stress. That's what I'm really trying to learn this year. Well, I learned it last year, not to stress over little things, but I'm learning not to stress over the big things. Like right now, if this was last year, I'll be freaking out because 1, I'm low-key late on releasing this. 2, I'm not editing it, so I would have been freaking out due to that. But I know y'all like it real, and I know y'all like it raw. So that came out weird, but but yeah, that's how it's coming. Okay, before we go, I just got one more because I'm about to go too. This is what I was talking about when it comes to the other merch. Yeah, y'all, I'm ready. Okay, so this right here is my daily brainstorm. So say if I'm just chilling and I got a cool ass idea, but it's not the ideal breakdown. It might just be an idea for, so let me just explain the difference because I know I'm just going a little too fast. The ideal breakdown is for anything that's like a physical, like for your like merch release, like, you know, a jacket or anything that has to do with a team, basically. Just, it really doesn't have to do with physical. This brainstorm, which is another type of idea breakdown, is for episodes or ideas created for like a special episode. I would brainstorm ideas or content pieces or bullet points that has to do with that episode or whatever episode I'm thinking about. Now, when I was speaking about merch and I said other, this is the other, all right? This is my merch list. So my merch list would really consist of anything I had to buy for my studio. In the beginning, I've kept track of all my receipts because a lot of stuff was returned at the end. Why? Because maybe I didn't need all of what I bought, or I found something better. That's one reason why I really recommend everybody keep the receipts, because 9 times out of 10 you usually find something better or even cheaper, and it's still better. But yeah, this is the other when it came to merch list. I like to keep track of what I buy and what I get, and not only because you can like return, switch out, also because for future references as well. Like I said, this is not a hobby. This is something I'm really trying to make into my lifestyle, my career. So this is not the only studio I'm going to own. This is not the only studio I'm going to record in. So I want to keep track of the things I buy from this studio, and even the things I get, because maybe I want to get it from my new studio, my next studio, and God forbid what I got breaks. I have a list of how much it was, where I got it from, when I got it. So everything's on record. That's what I meant about my merch list. Okay, guys? Take 4 with the bullshit ass storage, okay? Let me hurry up before this try to cut off. Maybe I've been talking for too long. I'm sorry. But, okay. Okay, guys, yeah, that's what I'm coming to you with today. I just wanted to give you a little rundown of the organization. I really wanted to tell you everything, but I feel like I can't, because it's just big stuff coming, y'all. And I love giving you guys surprises, so I just don't want to give you too much. So this episode was really to show you how organized I am, how ready I am to get 2020 WON ready, to get it started. And this is also a video for all my business people, all my entrepreneurs, all my hosts, all my podcasters, everybody out there getting it this year. I just wanted to show you how I decided to get organized. And hopefully you got organized too, or you're in the midst, or you're in the process of getting organized for your business 2020 WON. Oh, WON. Oh shit. I feel like why this whole time I wanted to say WONE. I don't know. Like, I know it doesn't have an E at the end, but my mouth wanted E to come out so bad. All right, y'all. I swear to God, I think, hey, if this recording, let me go. Until next time, remakes. It's your girl, LaSasha Turner, and I am ready to get with ya this year, okay? All right, y'all. For real, best wishes, good luck to not even just my business people, my entrepreneurs, but just to the ones at home trying to figure out what's your move. This is, from me to you, the best wishes on 2021.